Jayson Tatum has emerged as a star for the Boston Celtics this season, and over the years, we have seen glimpses of a future star developing in Tatum. Now that is all coming to light. With an increased role on his team and more possessions with the ball in his hands, he is becoming a star right in front of our eyes. Jayson Tatum, to me, back in the 2017 NBA draft, was the best scorer in that draft class, and his talent shown at Duke was going to translate very well in the NBA. While some people were more high on Josh Jackson, Tatum possessed more NBA-ready talent. A 6'8" forward with advanced shot creation, defensive potential, and loads of upside at a young age was going to translate very well to the NBA. So I had no worries about Tatum eventually becoming a big-time scorer in the league down the road. Little did I know that he would just emerge so quickly into a star at just 21 years old. Before I start this video, if you liked the video, please do like and comment on the video. It helps a lot in boosting this content out to more people. This is a channel meant to spark a conversation around the league, and the more people in that conversation, the better. With that being said, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Jayson Tatum is one of the more polished young scorers in the league. This season, he is averaging around 24 points, 3 assists, 7.1 rebounds on 44% from the field, and around 40% from 3. His true shooting percentage on the season is 56%. Now, Tatum this season was given more responsibility to score the basketball, as his field goal attempts number has increased from 13 to now attempting 19 shots a game. It should be noted that he is playing out of his traditional position as small forward and has been playing power forward this season. Tatum, scoring wise, can give it to you from anywhere. Good three-point shooter, very good in the fast break. He has gotten better working off the dribble to score and will have moments where he is able to create a three-point shot or mid-range shot with side steps and step backs in his arsenal. He's more adept going left to pull up for a jump shot, which is natural for a right-handed shooter, and more adept going right to drive the basketball. There is concern for Tatum finishing consistently. He has the ability to get to the rim with his ball handling ability and creation, but it's just converting these shots. As the season went on, he gradually got better, but there is time to improve more. He definitely needs to be stronger and more craftier when finishing around the rim and finding ways to finish over longer defenders. There are times where he gets blocked or mistimes his layups, and he does this a lot of times. He does have capabilities of being a very good finisher. He just has to work on being a consistent one. In the restricted area, he shot it at 59%. This was an area he struggled a bit as the season went on, but he got better as the season progressed into March. He needs to be at least above 60% in converting these, 332 attempts and converting 192 of them. In the paint, he is shooting it at 37%, which is very concerning, attempting 180 and only converting 67. Now, as I said before, he needs to be able to consistently finish these, and he is capable of it. He's a strong player, and he has the ability to get to the rim at any time. Honestly, if he converted his layups at a high level, he would be near 27 points per game easily. I feel like his struggles at finishing at the rim comes from him forcing drives and not being all too in control of himself. He mistimes a good amount of layups, which makes it easier to block him, and overall the shot just being difficult to convert. He sometimes does get knocked off center when trying to finish. Something that can really help scoring around here is adding a floater game to his arsenal. Also, another thing, it may be because he is getting adjusted to driving the ball more. He is driving the ball more than he has had in his first 2 seasons in the league. Prior to now, he wasn't really comfortable driving the basketball. He was more reliant on shooting. Now he has found it easier to get by his opponents. Now he just has to get used to finishing consistently there. He gets good production with a lot of his drives because the Celtics center, Daniel Tice, is doing an amazing job in not allowing the big man to contest Tatum's shot at the rim off of the pick and roll. This has given Tatum a lot of easy looks at the basket, and honestly, Daniel deserves a lot of credit for what he's been doing with the Celtics, a very underrated big in that system. Tatum has struggled in making floaters consistently, but if he works on this and is able to shoot it at an elite level, it will help expand his scoring game when approaching the paint. He still has room to improve as a consistent finisher, and I know he will get better at it because he has already taken leaps in other areas of his offense, and he is he's just getting better night in and night out. He has gotten better as the season went on until March. He is getting to the free throw line at a good rate, at around 5 a game. And this has helped him even more as a scorer. He converts his free throws shooting it at 80%. And if his driving improves and he is able to finish through contact consistently, I see Tatum being extremely elite as a scorer in the future. Tatum is one of the better shot creators in the league. He has a variety of moves to get to his preferred shot. He is able to create space consistently one-on-one, and he is getting very comfortable taking step back shots, and even has the audacity to take step back and sidestep threes, which he is hitting at a high rate. This has basically become Tatum's go-to when he needs a bucket, and the great scorers of this generation utilizes sidesteps, step backs to get their shot off. Tatum is using this and scoring at a high level with this. He's also good at utilizing his off arm to create space. He's able to get into the defender's space and get them off center. Not abruptly throwing them off, but getting into the defender's body, throwing them off a bit, and then sidestepping for a shot. And he does this on a consistent basis, and he is always on balance and is able to get off his shot easily. Then Tatum has hezzy moves. Just playing with his speed, dribbling slow, then quickly sidestepping for a shot. Able to have the defender think one thing, then quickly able to burst and hit the defender with a move changing directions. This is something James Harden does at a high level, changing speeds, getting his defender playing and getting used to one speed, then quickly changing to another. With his long arms, he is able to get his jump shot off over anyone. Tatum is a confident shooter. A good amount of his shots comes from off a screen, so he utilizes that in getting open and to his spots, and he wastes zero time before launching it. Nothing but confidence from Tatum working off the dribble. He takes around 7 threes a game, attempting a total of 420 shots on the season, and he only knocked down 167 of them. He attempts more off the dribble 3-pointers, attempted around 5 a game and knocking it down at near 40%. In catch and shoot situations from 3, he knocks these down at 39%. When shooting the 3 above the break, he is shooting it at 40%, attempting 338 and knocking down 137 threes from there. He is better shooting from the left corner than the right corner, a bit strange, but from the left corner, he is shooting at 50%, attempting 46 threes from the left corner and knocking down 23 of them. In the right corner, he is shooting at 20%, attempting 34 and only made 7 threes from there. To put it all in perspective, Tatum is a good 3-point shooter that could be a threat in pull-up situations as well as catching and shooting. He also likes to work in the mid-range at times, and he is shooting at 37%, attempting 181 mid-range shots and only making 68 of them. It should also be noted that he had cut down the amount of mid-range shots he took and traded it in for more 3-point shots. He works in the post, getting fadeaway shots, and has a very good feel on working in the post. We can see the inner Kobe from him with the shots he takes in the post. The post can grow to be a real asset in Tatum's game. The more elite Tatum becomes there, the more attention will be drawn. I preach a lot on this channel about how the post can open up 3-point shots. If your best scorer is down there working, If the attention comes on Tatum and he is getting doubled there, it's just open to him to make the right read and find an open teammate cutting to the rim or spotting up for 3. Tatum at a young age already has a good feel working in the post and using crafty moves to score from there. Now Tatum is still growing as a passer and overall playmaker, averages around 3 assists a game. His main objective on the court isn't really to facilitate but to score. Now if he can grow and maybe be a 27 points, 7 plus rebounds and 5 assists guy, that would be a huge plus. But I don't expect him to be that high level of a facilitator, but there is nothing holding him back to being a 5 assist guy. He has a vision and passing skills. He can make those simple reads, and then he has shown a lot of flashes of making the more advanced reads that no one else sees. He can even sometimes get fancy with it. He's really good with bounce passes and skinning the ball to an open 3-point shooter. He'll be seeing a lot of double teams and help defense, and he has shown that he can get it to teammates on the money. Jayson Tatum on defense has shown a lot of growth here this season. He is showing signs of being a high-level two-way player similar to that of Paul George in the future. With the physical attributes and instincts that he possesses, he makes plays consistently on that end. He is averaging 1.1 steals, and a lot of his steals comes from reading the defense or pretending to help and shocking the offensive player. He has thrived in being a team defender and playing off ball at a high level. He's able to read what the offense is doing and has really good feel of when to jump in to intercept a pass or poke the ball loose. Tatum is amazing when reading the passing lanes, and he gets so much easy buckets just by actively reading the lanes well. His defensive impact on the floor may arguably be more impressive than his offensive impact, and that says a lot because he has taken a lot of strides on offense. He is also a good help defender. He never overhelps, but he baits the offensive player to make them believe he is going to help and then just easily picks off a pass. He is also looking to help at the right time. When the offensive player is in a jam and needs to make a decision quick, Tatum is able to add on even more pressure, double teaming the offensive player to force a turnover. He is always fighting through screens and always looks to get back to his man, and sometimes when he recovers, he's even able to get a block. He doesn't give up on a play, and he is always a chase down block away from shutting down a potential easy bucket. He can switch on basically anybody and play stellar defense on them. Even in the post, he is able to hold his own with players down there, and a good amount of his steals comes from there as he just strips it from the offensive player. Now, Tatum was on a hot streak from February going into the last games of March, and he was completely showing out with multiple 30-point games and even one 40-point game, shooting extremely efficient numbers. Tatum also seems motivated to keep up his play going into the bubble, so I'm actually scared to see how good he will be in the playoffs. If Tatum is playing at a high level with the Celtics and Kemba, Jaylen Brown is with him, Marcus Smart, the Celtics can be a very big dark horse team. Jayson Tatum to me projects to be a first option on a championship team. He's only going to get better as a scorer and finisher. I don't think he completely hit the surface of the player he can become. He has taken leaps on the defensive end. Right now, he's a great two-way player and can move up to being an all-around player if he continues to take strides as a playmaker and overall consistent ball handler.